and welcome to a new Freepik tutorial. Today we are going to create this 3 friendly looking cactus on Adobe Photoshop. The first thing you must do is to decide what type of cactus you want to draw. Here I've chosen 3 classic shapes, really basic. Once you've done that, you have to look for the basic shapes inside. This way, it will be easier for you to trace them. Analyzing the shapes here, you see we've got 2 of our plants that are symmetrical. That means we will just have to draw one side, copy, and flip it horizontally. So let's start with this big guy. You can trace your sketch as you wish. Draw it on a piece of paper and scan it, use a tablet, do it on your computer, however you feel more comfortable. Here we have our basic sketch with the geometric shapes inside. With the pen tool, click on the upper axis and by pressing Shift, you will get a perfectly vertical line. Then repeat the following sketch. Close the path and fill it in with green. Duplicate the layer by pressing Command J. And then go to Edit, Transform, Flip Horizontal, and Align. Once you have everything in place, merge both layers with Command E. Now, let's add some volume by shading. Before we start shading, allow me a little aside. It's really important that you decide where you want to place your light source, because as you see here, the same object changes a lot depending on the light we put it under. You can also complicate it and add more than one light source, and even you can color those lights. But for the moment, let's keep it simple and stick with one source of light. It's really important that once you decided where you want your source light to be, it stays there for the whole illustration process. It must never change. So with this said, let's start shading. We're going to place our light source here, the upper left corner. That means that this part is going to be in shadow. Grab the pen tool and draw your shadow areas. We are going to shade our cactus in a soft cell style. That means we'll have a little gradient on certain points. Once you've got your areas traced, transform them into selection at the path channel. And with a brush of your election, start painting the shadow. But I would recommend one with texture and soft edges. Change the brush blending mode to multiply, and we will choose a supplementary color. In this case, it will be a reddish color. By choosing a supplementary color instead of a darker tone of green, we will add vibrance to our drawing. This not always works. It depends on the type of effect you want to achieve. For the light, we're going to use the exact same method, but this time we will use a light yellow and change the blending mode from multiply to overlay. And now, let's go ahead and draw all the spikes. On a different layer, using the pen tool, draw them randomly but trying to follow a direction. them. Color them in a white, dirty, creamy color. And using a brush, we're going to add a little shade underneath. So remember to block transparent pixels. And now to finish the cactus, we are going to draw the shadows projected by the spikes. Let's move to the next cactus. If you remember, this cactus had a few leaves. We're going to do each leaf on different layers. You need to have in mind that the top layers cover the ones below. So for example, I want the big leaf to be on top of all the others. That means it will be the last one to draw. But there's no problem if you do them in different order, because you can always move layers around. We shade it as we did before. This time we're going to make the spikes a bit different. Using the pen tool or the lasso, draw a star shape and fill it in with white. Now, press Command J to duplicate the layer. Move it, rotate it, and change size. And when you have it like you want, press Enter. Repeat the process until your plant is covered, and when you're finished, merge layers. To make our stars pop out a bit more, press Ctrl and click over the layer thumbnail. And as you see, the content gets selected. Go up to Select Transform Selection, and with the key arrows, move down and right. Click on the leaf layer, and with the brush on Multiply, add a little shade. And now for the last cactus. As we did for the first cactus, we're just going to draw a half cactus, and then we'll duplicate, flip horizontal, and align. But this time we're going to make it a bit different. Draw one half, fill it in with green, and block transparent pixels. With the pen tool, draw slices and transform them into selections. Shadow the edges, and when you're done, go up to Select, Invert, and with the brush on Blending Mode Overlay, paint the edges again. On a new layer, draw a 3-point spike and fill it in with a light yellow. And as we did before, copy and paste, but this time just along the edges. Once our cactus is spiky enough, merge all the layers, duplicate, and flip horizontal. Go up to Image, Adjustments, Hue and Saturation, and darken a bit that side. Merge both sides. And if you want, you can reinforce a bit the shade with a brush. Now let's draw the flower on top on a new layer and using the lasso tool. To finish, let's do the pots. We'll just do one and then we'll duplicate it twice, so we get our 3 pots in no time. Like previous symmetrical objects, we're just going to draw half, then we'll duplicate, flip horizontal, and align. Apply the lights and shadows again, and when you have the pot like you like, just Command J twice and adjust the sizes to the little cactus. And we're done with our cactus tutorial. Hope you enjoyed and to see you on our next Freepik videos. Bye!